Jared Kushner used his helm at New York Observer to delete unfavorable stories for his rich friends. Before Jared Kushner became a senior White House advisor, he was at the helm of the New York Observer, where he would personally order the removal of content that was critical of his associates. According to a report by Buzzfeed, the president's son-in-law ordered a software developer at his newspaper to kill a handful of stories that were unfavorable to his cronies. One of the stories that he had removed from online was a seemingly benign story from 2012 about NBA Commissioner Adam Silver purchasing a $6.75 million apartment. However, personal real estate purchases are something privacy-conscious famous New Yorkers typically like to keep out of the press. The NBA commissioner has since publicly praised his friend, Kushner, for helping the NBA find space for a retail store. Kushner also had a legal story about a 2010 settlement between a then New York Attorney General Andrew Cuomo and real estate firm Vantage Properties wiped from the Observer site. That suit alleged Vantage illegally forced tenants out of their apartments to raise rents. Additionally, Kushner ordered another 2010 article deleted about Vantage's top executive Neil Rubler removed that apparently had him on a 10 worst landlords list. The Observer's articles often took aim at the city's upper echelon, but it faltered under Kushner's leadership. He stepped down from the helm of the publication to join the Trump administration. The ownership of the Observer is currently in a family trust, with the Observer Media Group saying he does not currently have a hand in editorial matters. Austin Smith, the software employee who handled the raising requests for content to be deleted, told Buzzfeed that Kushner, a newspaper owner of all people, would participate in an administration that labels news media the enemy of the people, is an affront to the very notion of the freedom of the press and an utter betrayal of those who worked hard and in good faith for him at the Observer. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Spiers, who was the editor-in-chief at the time Kushner was purging articles he found unfavorable, said she was not aware that he was doing so, and that he purposely went behind her back to get the underhanded job done. "If I had known about it, Jared and I would have had a big problem," she said. "Jared's such a coward. Went directly to Austin because he knew I wouldn't do it." Spiers said, adding that Smith didn't have any choice in the matter but to delete the story since he was not an editorial employee. Spiers took to Twitter Monday night with some choice words for Kushner. "I found out a few months ago that while I was the editor-in-chief of the Observer, Jared was instructing our third-party tech provider to delete articles critical of his business associates without my knowledge. I don't have enough choice expletives describe my feelings about that," she tweeted in response to the report published by Buzzfeed. "But if you want to be the worst possible owner of a news operation, vindictively and unethically erasing the work of your own, severely underpaid, hard-working, journalists solely to lubricate the volume and frequency of your cocktails party invites is a good way to do it," Spiers added. Kushner's under-the-table favors via a news publication did not end when Spiers was out. Instead, he continued wiping the pages clean for his friends in high place under Aaron Gell as well. Gell, Spiers' deputy editor and successor, said he also was unaware that Kushner was deleting the work of his editorial staff as favors to his friends, as the president's son-in-law was still using the tech team to remove the articles. "When Jared announced I was out, he told me, I just needed someone I could trust," Gell said to BuzzFeed News. "The more I learn about how he wanted to run the paper, the more I've been able to take that as a compliment.